Today on Draw Along, we draw this fun-looking space dog. To begin this drawing, we're going to be using proven drawing techniques, which means we're going to start off with the larger forms and then add details as we go, erasing out any information that doesn't belong there along the way. Now let's get started. We're going to begin our drawing by making a tapered rectangle that tapers at the front and gets wider at the back. Now we're going to draw a simple line that will act as the back of the dog's head. The collar of the space helmet will be made by creating a very narrow rectangle around the neck of the dog. To create the front of the dog's body, we will make an arc, and the back will also be done by making an even larger arc. To finish it off, we'll use one more shallow arc. Try not to make straight lines here, as it'll make your dog's body look really rigid. Two arcs, one starting from the very back of the dog, and another just underneath, will create the outlines of the leg. The foot can be created by making a very narrow arc that connects both endpoints of the two curves that we just created. We will now create the front leg of the dog by drawing two straight lines that go down from the shoulder area. We will use one more straight line to show the back arm that's partially hidden behind the front arm. Because our back foot will be peeking through a little bit, we still want to show it by drawing a curved line similar to the front leg and also another line that kind of mimics the curve on the front foot. And the last major body part that we have to make is the tail. This can be done by making a triangle that is made by two arcing lines. No space dog would be able to breathe without its giant dome helmet. So we're going to make that by making a very big arc. The last major element that we need to create in the spacesuit is the dog's backpack, and we're going to create that by making a square that has all of its corners rounded off. Now that we have all the major elements in place, we need to erase some of the parts that we don't need anymore. So we're going to erase parts around the legs, part of the dog's jaw, and also the part of the back that intersects with the dog's backpack. We will now make two eyeballs. We'll make the first circle close to the middle of the head, followed by a second one next to it. A couple of quick dots and our eyes are complete. The dog's eyebrows are created by making two quick lines. Feel free to play around with their size, shape, and how they're located on its face to give your dog different looks. To create the ear, we're going to make a simple square that's a little narrower at the bottom and bigger at the top. If you'll notice, I avoid using straight lines here. The nose will be made using a simple L shape that has a rounded corner. Now it's time to make the mouth. We will make it by making a slightly curved line, followed by another smaller curved line at the end. Feel free to play around with different sizes and shapes. Now it's time to start adding detail into the dog's spacesuit. We'll begin by connecting both of the lines from the arm with a half circle. Following this, we'll create another circle around it to make it look like a cuff around the arm. We will repeat these same steps for the legs as well. We'll use two small circles to make it look like there's knee pads and elbow pads on the dog's spacesuit. By adding three quick lines around the knee pads and also the elbow pads, it'll make it look like it's a bendable joint for the dog. A couple of quick lines on the tail will make it look like there's some joints there. A single line on the middle of the backpack will give it a bit of dimension. To make the backpack look a little more high-tech, we'll add in a whole bunch of rectangles to the back edge of it, followed by a circle on the side. The very last thing we're going to draw on the dog is a whole bunch of seams on the spacesuit to make it look like it was created by putting a whole bunch of pieces of fabric together. And to finish the dog off, we'll quickly erase out the part of the head that intersects with the dog's ear. Because our dog isn't just sitting out in space, he's actually on an asteroid, I'm going to draw some fun shapes that are in sort of a circle. You can improvise this as you go along. Thank you for watching this episode of Draw Along. Remember to help me out by liking and subscribing to the channel. Also, feel free to leave comments below on things that you want me to draw in future episodes. See you next time!